Sir. Good afternoon, students. Today we will be conducting experiment number 9, that is the design and realization of R2R ladder DAC. This is one among the various DAC circuits, right? One of the prominent among the various DAC circuits used. It is called as R2R ladder DAC. Right? Aim of the experiment is to design and realization of R2R ladder DAC. So this is called as R2R ladder DAC because it is in the form of a ladder. The circuit is in the form of a ladder. So you can see here, this is 5K, R is 5K. So this is 10K, this is 5K, this is 10K, double of it. So one is R, another one is 2R, R then 2R. Suppose if you take this as 1K, this will be 2K. This is 1K, this will be 2K, double of the another. So this is why it is called as R2R ladder DAC. Right. Then here the circuit is in this fashion. This is how the circuit we have to rig up on the breadboard. Right. This is our feedback resistance. This is connected to ground. Then we have R to R connections connected in this fashion. The reference voltage is 10 volts. Right. Then we have to tap the wire from these points. If we connect it to ground, it is considered as 0. If we connect it to the pin number 2, that is negative terminal, it is considered as 1. Okay. Then feedback resistance is 5K. Fine. Let us see the various equipments and then we'll come back to the conduction. So this is the variable power supply or regulated power supply, which varies from 0 to 30 volts. Okay. So this is adjustable power supply. This we are using it as V reference for our experiment here, to provide a power supply of 10 volts. This is the fixed power supply, which provides fixed voltages of plus 5 volts, minus 5 volts, plus 12, minus 12. Right, and there is one more terminal called as the common terminal, which we have to connect to the ground of the circuit. Then here we require plus 12 volts and minus 12 volts for the op amp. So just tap the plus 12 volts and minus 12 volts and connect it to the pin number 7 and pin number 4 of the op amp respectively. So this is about the connections, and then we finally also use the digital multimeter to connect it to the output of the circuit. So here we will be recording the voltage. We will be observing the output voltage of the circuit using this digital multimeter. This digital multimeter we are connecting in the voltage mode. Another one is the common, connected to the ground of the circuit. So this is all about the connections. Next we will conduct the experiment here. So this is the rig up, how we have rig up the circuit as per the procedure, right? So the procedure is like this. Connections are made as per the circuit diagram. Give the input signal as specified. So this input signal that we are applying here is, so the first one, that is 0, 0, 1. This is the input signal that we are providing, 0, 0, 1. D1 is 0, D2 is 0, D3 is 1. So here it is, this is D1, this is 0, this is 0, D2 is 0, D3 is 1. So if you provide this value of digital inputs, then the corresponding analog output voltage should be approximately 1.2 volts, because the theoretical value is 1.25 volts. So to calculate the theoretical value, the formula that is used is V0 is equal to V reference into RF by R, the whole into D1 by 2 plus D2 by 4 plus D3 by 8. Here V reference is 10 volts in our circuit. RF is, this is the feedback resistance, it is 5K. RF is 5K. Then R resistance is R here, what we have used, that is also 5K. So if you substitute these values in this formula, we get V0 is equal to 10 volts into 5K by 5K into 0 by 2 plus D1 is 0. Right, D2 is 0, then D3 is 1 plus 1 by 8. So if you simplify this, we will get 1.25 volts. This is the theoretical value. Now let us check how much will be the practical value that we are obtaining from the experiment. So let us come here. Here, as you can see, here this is the point D1, right? This is the node D1. This I have connected it to ground, right? The second node, that is D2, this also I have connected to ground. Then D3, this is D3, so you can see here I connected it to pin number 2. You can see here it is connected to pin number 2 here of the op amp. So it is 0, 0, 1. So if you are providing the input of 0, 0, 1, what should be your analog output voltage? It is around 1.2 volts. So students, here you have to connect the DMM in DC mode, right? It is the digital input and the corresponding analog what voltage we are getting. So you have to connect the DMM in DC mode and just check the output. So it is 1.2 volts approximately. So let us write down here for 001 condition, the practical value that we are obtaining is 1.2 volts. Let us similarly check for 100. I will check. So next condition, students, we have connected the inputs as 1 0 0. D1 is 1, D2 is 0, D3 is 0. So the theoretical value of the analog output voltage is 5 volts. Let us check how much will be the practical value. As you can see here, this node I have connected it to 1, that is D1. D2 is 0, I have connected it to ground. Then D3 also I have connected it to ground. Okay. So the corresponding analog voltage that I am getting is around 4.9 volts. Okay, this is for the second condition. Next we will, this minus sign we are getting here, students, because it is an inverting configuration. You can see here the op amp is connected in inverting mode because the input is connected applied to the inverting terminal. So output will be minus of RF by R1 Ri, or minus of RF by R1, correct? So that's why we are getting the output voltage as negative. Fine. So let us check for the third condition now. Third condition is 1 1 1. So let us change it to 1 1 1 condition. So I will make it 1 1 1 here. So you can see here. So students, here you can change the input conditions. I have made the next condition. It is 1 1 1. This condition I have applied. D1 1, D2 1, D3 1. So let us see how the connections are here. So this is D1. I have connected it to pin number 2. D2, that also I have connected it to pin number 2 here. You can see here. Then D3, this also I have connected it to pin number 2 here of the op amp. So for this condition 1 1 1 of the digital input, the corresponding theoretical value is 8.75 volts. What will be the practical value then? Let us check it. So the practical value that we are obtaining is 8.7 volts. Okay, there is a slight error will be there of around 0.05 or 0.01, right? That much a slight error will be there. So here let us write it down. So it is 8.7 volts. Okay, for the condition 1 1 1 we are getting 8.7 volts, right? So this is how, students, we have to conduct the experiment, get the values of the practical output voltages, write down the theoretical values, right? Then compare the theoretical values with the practical values, so that you will come to know how much will be the error between the theoretical value and the practical value. Okay, fine, students. So we hope that you all have understood the conduction of the experiment. If there are any queries in this experiment, let us know so that we will clarify your queries. Thank you.